Staying with the G20, US President Joe Biden is also in Europe for the meeting and has described the handling of a submarines deal with Australia as clumsy as he tries to repair his relationship with his French counterpart. Jade McMillan has more from Washington.
The two leaders had spoken over the phone, a conversation that went some way to smoothing things over in the wake of this diplomatic spat. But they've now sat down together in Rome ahead of the G20. And Joe Biden told Emmanuel Macron that France should have been informed earlier about Australia's decision to ditch a $90 billion submarines contract for French-designed submarines in favour of a new partnership with the US and the UK, known as AUKUS, that will see Australia obtaining nuclear-powered subs instead. Mr Biden told Mr Macron that he had been under the impression that France had been told about this deal before it was announced. He didn't go as far as to formally apologise to the French president, but this is how he described the way that situation was handled.
I think what happened was, to use an English phrase, what we did was clumsy. It was not done with a lot of grace. I was under the impression certain things had happened that hadn't happened. But I want to make it clear, France is an extremely valued partner.
That's Joe Biden there. So, Jade, how did Mr Macron respond?
Well, the French president told Joe Biden that he wanted to look to the future, and in comments he made to reporters after the meeting, he said that it had been helpful to restoring trust between the two allies. That's a much warmer reception than the one that Prime Minister Scott Morrison received only recently when he spoke to Mr Macron on his way over to the G20. Mr Macron, in that conversation, according to his office, accused Australia of breaking the trust between the two nations. So while further signs here of the relationship between the US and France being on the mend, Australia still seems to be out in the cold.